Okay.
It's live.
Okay. I'm trying. I gotta get the camera's always sideways. I hate that. What? How do I get it? I can't see what I'm doing.
You can't look at stream the
Well, like there's nothing that says I can go anywhere or do anything. There. Okay.
mute your phone or something. You sit.
I have to get on YouTube.
On your phone.
Okay, I'm muted. Okay. Jeez. All right. Hello. Somebody's here. So this is like not, what is happening? There's like such a delay. Okay. This is driving me crazy. Hello, whoever's here. Hopefully you do not have the lag I do. I'm having a weird lag issue. Are you? You don't even know. Okay. Hello. There's one person here. I wonder if it's Kevin. I wonder if it's that Kevin who randomly got into our live stream. Very oddly. Welcome. Hello. So I am putting together some paper packs for a live stream. I mean, a live sale that we are having on Friday. And Adrian is working on painting. And I would love to know who's here. So say hi in the chat. I need 10. I'm only going to have 10. Where's that one? Hello, whoever you are. I wonder if Katie Michelson will join us. That's probably not the most pleasant sound. Sorry. 4. I want some of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hello. I wish people would say hi in these calls because it's so like weird. It feels like I'm talking to myself and you all don't say hi. But this is how you build an audience, I guess. It's been a long time since I had to build an audience from scratch, and that's what we're doing on YouTube. So 2 people here makes me very happy. Hello. Adrian is, what are you doing? It's upcycling a thrift store painting. And I am getting ready for our live sale. And I want to show you guys what I'm working on, but I want to wait and see if more people get here. Hello, Kevin. It was cool to see you behind the scenes too. I'm so sorry about that. It was especially confusing. Hi, Teresa. It was especially confusing because my husband's name is Kevin, and I was like, it says Kevin, but that's not Kevin. What's going on? Are we being hacked by a not Kevin? And I need 1, 2, 3, 4. So what are you guys working on? You can talk about your books. I love answering questions or talking about your stories. 6, 7. These are called Pixiekin dolls. That's super cute. And gosh, I can't get 10 pages out of this. I did that one. What other papers am I gonna put in my paper packs? I have some of my homemade paper. Ooh. These are dyed with butterfly PT, which is a funky name, but it is what it is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm putting together 10 paper packs for our live stream. I mean, our live sale, which I was invited to do on a channel called The Vintage Hippie. I only have 5 of those. I think I'm going to cut them in half. So it will be on the 18th from 9 to 11 p.m. and I'm going to sell all kinds of kind of fun stuff. I put together a junk journal kit, which I'm going to show you what I made with mine, and then so you can see what we will, you know, I don't know. I'll talk about what that kit is. I had a lot of fun with it. And that will be at the sale. And I made and I have some vintage playing cards and some vintage books and magazines and these paper packs. Let's see, what do I have here? All different kinds of paper. I need to get organized better. I think I might have enough of these eco printed papers to put one in everybody's. Let me see. Oh, I definitely have enough of these. Didn't these turn out pretty? Look, isn't that pretty? They like really showed up. Some of them are prettier than others though. So let me see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that one's pretty. 4. No, that one's got a little bit of a long. 4, 5, 6, 7. Some of them did not get too bright of or good of an imprint from the leaves. Ooh, that one did really well. 8. Hi, Lucy. Lucy's working on her eco printing skills. She's a long way to go, and she loves your painting. 9, 10. Okay, so 10 of those I have. Those can go in there. These are multimedia paper, and I put, oh, I can't remember. Oh, I know, it was hydrangea tea, and I expected them to be pinker, kind of hydrangea colored, and they are not, but they did. The leaves, these are just out of my yard, and the leaves really shined on these, so I thought that was good. I'm feeling a little closed in by this thing here. What do I have here? 1, 2, don't think I have enough. 3, 4, 5. Not having enough of that. Your dog is licking my feet. That is weird, dog. Licking my feet. What I could do. No, I don't think I'm gonna leave these out for now. All right, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. That one's not in good enough condition. So what I could do is half of one of these for everybody. These were dyed with blueberries and roses, mostly. Yeah. The problem is these like boiled. They're also called boiled books. And actually, I think I'm going to wait on these two. I'm going to put these in my folders for now. So here's what I have so far for my paper packs. These are cards from a game that I bought at a thrift store in, where were we yesterday? Sheffield, Pennsylvania. Not yesterday. Yeah, it was Friday. And I thought these were really cool. They're very vintage, probably 1960s. No date, but it's like some kind of poker Keno game hybrid. So I have 10 of those. Then these are papers that I rusted. With vintage ceiling tin, like tin ceiling panels. So there's these are nice thick watercolor paper. So everybody gets one of those, and then everybody gets a piece of these are multimedia paper, and they are mixed media paper, and everybody gets one of those and a piece of, this is also mixed media paper, and this is butterfly PT, and this is also, and these are coffee filters, and then there's some pages from a magazine. So this isn't the whole paper kit, but this is what I'm going to put in them to get them started, and I'm going to put them in these super cool folders that are so fun. So they're just manila folders, but they have these 3 layers here that I think are really neat. So let me see how I can organize myself here. I'm very excited, both equally excited and kind of nervous for, can I set that, like, if that goes right there, will it upset you?
Probably maybe as much as that. You can unpop that box.
No, because I have other pages there. That's okay. Okay. I'm going to start with the small stuff, I guess.
Do you want me to finish your nose?
So, yeah, I'm going to do this this live sale, and if you are interested, you should totally come. I love the rusty paper too, and it's super fun and easy to make. You just have to find stuff that's rustable, and put some hydrogen peroxide and vinegar and let it sit out, and it gets rusty. And then you soak your paper in, get it wet with a little bit of vinegar and water, like equal parts vinegar and water. And then wrap it all up, like layer. It's almost like a sandwich, like paper, and then the rusty thing, and then paper, and a rusty thing, and paper, and rusty thing, and so it's like, and I spray the rusty thing with vinegar or water as I'm laying it down. I get it nice and wet with vinegar water, and then you wrap the whole thing in paper, and then you wrap the whole thing in plastic, and you like put it in a. I put it in a plastic, like a big black trash bag, and let it just let it sit for sometimes overnight, but at least a few hours, so that it can rust the paper, and then you rinse it real well, and voila. It I have, this is a watercolor paper, and you can also do fabric, which I'm going to show you in a minute what I've been doing. When I get to my art project, I'm going to be working on some well, here, I'll show you. So this is a piece of rusted fabric. It doesn't take the it's going to die in my paper. It doesn't take the rust as well as the paper. Like some of these, like look at this one. The paper just takes it super well, and because the weave it's much tighter texture. And but what I did here is I just diluted some alcohol ink and water and painted it. I think it looks like, let me see if I can get that better. I think it looks like a treasure map. And so what I'm going to do is embroider it. And if you wanted to see more, I learned that from this whole technique from Rosemary Morris at the Rusty Peacock. So you should go check out her. She has, if you go look at her YouTube channel, and then she has, go look at her YouTube channel, and then she has caboodle kits every month. And last month, or 2 months ago, last month, her caboodle kit was rust and metal, and she did these with the embroidery and or slow stitching. And you know Rosemary? She's amazing. You know her like in person, or you just know her channel? I'm like a huge fan. I'm at her live streams every week because she just like ignites my creativity. I have so much fun with her caboodle kits. They are super, super fun. I actually brought down this month's caboodle kit was like a like a turn of the century bathhouse looking thing, not a bathhouse, that sounds wrong. Like a changing house that you might see on the beach, with the stripes and stuff. Oh, Lucy, I have seen you. Hello, Lucy. Are you a Ninja Rider too? Because I have seen you at her live streams. How fun. If you're also a Ninja Rider. I think you are. Lucy Dragoon. Do you recognize that name? Didn't that one turn out pretty? So pretty. Well, welcome, Lucy. I'm a little bit addicted to making oops, I'm short a piece of this. To making those rusty things at my auction last week, my local auction. I say at my auction like the whole thing belongs to me. At our local auction, I bought like a little collection of what do you call them? Like the words for cars, like Malibu is one of them, and there was a Corvette one, not a Corvette, a Cadillac and a Malibu, and it's like metal, and it's just the word part from a vintage car, and I'm very, very excited because I'm gonna rust the heck out of those things and do some printing with them. I'm doing my lifestyle in the Vintage Hippie. Do you know Rosita and Denise? They invited me, and I was like, okay, that'll be less scary. So It'll be less scary to do it somewhere. You know what I'm afraid of is that, like, here we are right now, and there's 4 people here, and I'm a little bit afraid that if we do our live stream on our channel, our live sale on our channel, it's not going to be enough people. We just haven't been doing it long enough. We won't have enough people to make it like viable. Oh no, I am short one. To make it viable. Oh, dang. I'm short. I could have sworn I counted out 10 of those. So I'm doing the first one on Rosita and Denise's channel. They're so fun. Do you ever go to their sales, Lucy? I'm mildly addicted to those live sales. They're super fun. I just watch them in the background, like just have them on for fun. Well, ding dong, I don't have. Are you kidding me? I do not have enough of the rusty ones. All right, I'm gonna have to remember that this one needs a rusty one. I'm gonna put these together, I think. Yeah, theirs are fun to me. And I really like Katie's and Patty's. Patty has one that's really good. Those are my 3 that I go to all the time. I really like when Rosemary has one, but she doesn't do them very often. These packs are going to be so much fun. I was going to do this on the, oh no, don't burn your dinner. I don't know what the CCC market is. Come back and tell me when you're done checking on your dinner. She said she had to go check on her dinner so it wouldn't burn. And oh, CCC market through I've been to Sacred Mementos. Oh, that's Patty. Yeah, of course. I just said I like hers a lot. But I am not familiar with what the CCC market is. But it sounds fun. It sounds like fun. All right, one of these. I am the queen of losing stuff when I literally haven't moved a muscle. Where did it go? Seriously? Did I stick I stuck it all in this one. The whole pack of them. Oh my God. I'm literally the queen of doing that. Please tell me I'm not the only one who loses stuff when they're still, all they've been doing is sitting there. It's just sitting there. Pass that on to your sister really bad. Poor baby. One of those. I feel like I'm missing something. I'm having trouble with this here. I meant to do those. So I'm going to have also in here some pages from I have some really cool, bye Teresa. I have some super cool, we have 6 people watching. I think that's a record. Ooh. I have some very, very cool vintage ledgers, and I was looking through them yesterday in preparation for putting together these paper packs. And they are a doctor's ledger from like, I think it was 1911. And it's just like house call, med check. Delivered twins, and then how much he charged? He charged $15 for delivering twins. Can you imagine $15? Charged $2 for a home visit. I feel like if you could go back to 1911 and tell them what just going into a doctor's office costs now, they would probably faint. You could probably buy a house for that price. Delivered twins for $15. A breech baby was $15, and a regular one baby non-breech birth was $8. So I'm gonna take some pages from that for these paper packs. Hi, we have 8 people. Hello. Say hi in the chat so we know who you are and that you're here. I'm gonna finish these super quick, and then I'm gonna show you what I've been working on because there's some people here. And I'm going to show you what I've been working on, which is going to be a, and I did not count very well, is going to be a kit that I am putting together for our sale. And it is well, I'll tell you the story of it while I finish this. So a while back, I got my hands on a whole trailer full of this woman's stuff. And she was a fashion student. Lori Jo loves your painting, Adrian. She was a fashion student in the 60s, and then a costume designer in the 70s and 80s. I did not count right. She was a costume designer in the 70s and 80s, and then a home ec teacher in the 80s and 90s. And I got my hands on like a whole bunch of her stuff, like her whole collection of fashion and sewing books. How did I do so badly on Pinterest? Her fashion and sewing books, and her seriously, just mess this up so bad. Her fashion and sewing books, a bunch of her just sewing stuff, fabric and quilting. She was a big quilter, so lots of quilting stuff, and lots of trims, and I don't know. I'll show you in a minute. So I put together a fashion related, like style type journal, and they turned out so cool. I'm really excited about them. So I'm going to show you what I made with mine, because I had this epiphany when we were in Philadelphia. I was like, oh my gosh, my journal is going to be inspired, or what I make is going to be inspired by Desperately Seeking Susan. Hi, Katie. So I told that to Adrian. She's like, by what? It's like, oh my God. Okay, millennial. So she did not know what Desperately Seeking Susan is, but I do. And it was like a foundational movie when I was young. I got these magazines at a garage sale, and we went to Sheffield on Friday, which is a little town near us, and they were having like a town-wide yard sale, and then this guy's moving, and he's like, just go in the house, you can have whatever you want. My favorite kinds. Okay, anyway, so I'm going to show you what I've been working on. So if you don't, hopefully you guys know Desperately Seeking Susan. If you do not, please go watch it, because everyone should watch Desperately Seeking Susan. But it's a movie, and it has Madonna in it, and she's Susan, and she carries this suitcase. It's actually a drum case, so it's round, and mine's not round. I'm going to see if I can. Mine is a suitcase. But as soon as I was like, okay, universe, I need a Desperately Seeking Susan case. And we were in Philadelphia, and literally like within an hour we stopped we were driving and we're like, oh, there's a yard sale, let's stop. And I got this for $1. And it's like just a little old beat up suitcase. It's small. I wish I could show it to you better. Please don't fall off the table. Okay, so it's relatively small, maybe like 12 by 9, something along those lines. And it has a little like Bakelite handle. It's probably, I don't know, it's a fiberboard, like not wood and not cardboard either, like harder than cardboard. And it's got this snake skin. Anyway, I thought it was perfect. So this is you cannot see this. This is the, there we go. This is what I did with my kit. So I'll show you what I did. I used my kit, and then I also, once I knew what I was doing, what my story was. So my story is that this is just, the story is Susan is Madonna, and then Rosanna Arquette is Roberta, and Roberta is obsessed with Madonna. And then she like leaves her suburban life and becomes more fashionable. So my thought was this would be Roberta's case, right? It would be her version of Susan's suitcase, and she's like studying, like she's really into style and fashion and making things. So this little thing I got at a rummage sale yesterday or Friday for 50 cents. So once I knew what I was doing, I just started seeing stuff that I wanted like everywhere. Hi, Monkey Mind. Hello. And I thought this was a good homage to the earring that Susan wears. So it's actually a pendant, but I just stuck it on there. This is just a sketchbook that I made, and you will get, if you buy the kit, inside the kit, you'll get, this is like a piece of a laminated, like a poster from a, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you what I made, and then I'm going to go get one of the kits and show you what's in it. So this is, I just hand sewed, like slow stitched on a little pocket and some buttons. This is some trim you get that you'll get trim in your kit. Everybody's is different, but this is what I used for mine. Everybody gets a little piece of this. So I had this beautiful peach silk dress that had these silver beads on it. Wonder if I can get that to focus. So that is, yeah, so you can see this was a Vogue. It says, you can't really see, but this is Vogue Patterns, or this was a Vogue Patterns poster that I am pretty sure was probably hanging in her closet. So everybody gets a piece of a poster like similar to this. And all I did back here was I glued on some things, and then other stuff I just stuck here. And this was just stuff I had laying around that I thought would be cool back there. And I used an awl and punched holes through here to string some elastic to hold all of that into there. So this is a journal. I'm going to actually work on this today. It's not quite done, but the closure is a man's tie. It's a man's silk tie. Everybody gets a tie in their kit, and I just have this attached here with another piece of that. I just glued a piece of that trim there and then put the tie through it. And then I also have a button here and some elastic, and this is actually part of a piano roll, but it could be any kind of paper that you could use to do something similar. Okay, everybody also gets, there's all in this lady's things were all of these posters for fashion shows, and enough posters that everybody gets one. And this is mine, the poster that was in the kit that I used. And what I did was and everybody also gets a full pattern with all the pattern paper. So I Mod Podged pattern paper over this to kind of mute it. And I liked the designs and on it. So that's what that is. And then I need to still sew these in, but I made this out of a file folder. So it's just a little flippy thing. These are from the dollar store. I just used acrylic paint on there. Okay, babe. So this is just a little, I'm gonna sew that into there. I think I'm gonna sew that into there. That's the goal so far. Another little bit of trim. So that's gonna be one of the signatures. This is gonna have 3 signatures, and then everybody's gonna get, these pages are in the kit. Most of them. This is that piano roll, and that's not in there. But these tea-dyed papers and pages out of these books on fashion and just all of this. It's so cool. Everybody gets one of these that has like one of these dudes on it. Katie, what are you working on? So there's one, and then there's another one that's very similar, a second signature that just has very similar pages. And I just, on the back here, I glued in a piece of ribbon trim that is a belly band. And then I have some lace back here. Everybody has a little bit of lace in their kit. These kits, I had so much fun putting together. So what I've got in here is this. So this has a false bottom, and I just put a binder clip on here. I may put ribbon or something to pull it up, but for now it's real easy to pull this up with this binder clip, which makes this something like a clipboard, right? So if she was gonna sketch or something, she could use that. And what else do I have in here? So this is the other half, like I cut this off of this, and then I covered it with masking tape because it was too flimsy, and then I couldn't see the squares. So I just took some acrylic paint and painted over the squares. I like it. These squares were already like on the thing. I just painted over them with colors that I liked. And I thought that that looks a little bit like swatches or something. And so this is her little swatch book. I just glued, that was in, everybody gets a little bag of vintage buttons, and this was in the one that, mine. So I glued that on there, and I Mod Podged all over, and I Mod Podged some pattern paper on the inside. So now it's just, I cut down this canvas like I was showing you that I rusted, and there's that pretty silk part of that dress with the beads, and this is just a swatch book. There's some needles there. I have another one right here. I'm gonna stick in there. So there, she can keep her needles and pins in here. And just when something inspires her, she can, that's a piece of that tie. I Mod Podged and made it real dark. Everybody gets a piece of this fabric. And there's some more of those butterfly wings, a little bit of leather that I rescued off of something. I can't remember, some trim. It's a little bit of a quilt that was from Rosemary Morris's last caboodle kit. And then there's still some blank pages here. So that's her little swatch book. And then this is just a little folder. Has a button, some more of that leather that I just, I like to look for leather purses at thrift stores. This is really pretty, kind of shiny, but it's not something I would probably carry as a purse. We have oh, why would someone do that? How do I delete? Awful. How do I delete? I don't even know. I can block them. Okay, good. Yes. How ugly. Why would someone do that? Thank you, Lucy. How ugly. People are bored or something. Anyway, this is a piece of that watercolor paper, and then I kind of did an accordion fold here so that I could glue in. This is a envelope I made out of one of the pages from the kit, and this is a little folder, and I just stapled in a little piece of plastic because I didn't want to cover up the picture. And then I have some vintage pictures tucked in there. I made a little notebook here. And that's that. And it's just used the button for the closure. And I used, everybody gets a piece of this pretty, like kind of silky. I don't think it's really silk, but it might be. I don't know how to tell. This pretty kind of Asian fabric. And then this is the rest, like another piece from the tie. And I just made a roll for her pencils. And last thing I have here, you're the troll that like spelled out the N word. How awful. I know. And then this is just a metal tin that I had that I saved from our trip I got when we went to Mexico last year. That's like totally upside down. And I glued on some beads, and then I just went to Walmart and got like $1, I think it was $1.47 sewing kit, and put it in there. So this is her sewing kit.
Did you kick them out?
I did, but that was awful. So that's what I've done so far with my kit, my fashion journal kit. And I am going to go get, well, Adrian's back. So I'm going to go get one of those kits to show you what's in it because it's super neat. And then I'm going to work on mine a little more and see if I can get it finished up.
I think I am ready to start painting. Give me my copy cat. Oh, my cat's I needed to print out some inspiration photos. I can't see the chat, so I don't know if you guys are saying anything. So it really does feel like I'm just talking to myself. No, cat. Ollie. Excuse me. Come here. Cat is trying to get on the table. Oof. All right. I am a little nervous to paint my peacock's face. I don't want it to turn out bad. Think of a little dog as being a circus dog. Is she going down on her TV?
Yeah.
She really wants to be famous.
You want to be internet famous, Momos?
No.
Get down. You're in my seat. Okay, got my stuff. All right, here's what I have in the kit. There might end up being a couple more things added, but here's what we have so far. So you get a paper pack, which is one of these flippy folders. You get a little piece of a, bring this down. Little, oh my God. Okay, it's like totally upside down. There we go. Little piece of a fabric swatch. Little piece of like a, you can't really see what that is. A little piece of a transparency. Very 80s. A little piece. This is from a book on Japanese design.
Can you pass me a paper towel?
Yeah. There's these are some eco printed and dyed papers and tea dyed that you get that I made. I tea dyed some pieces from one of her textbooks. Book page. This is, I can't remember what books they're all from, but I think they're pretty cool. So a lot of sewing related like patterns and stuff. Bye, Monkey Mind.
I'm a little nervous about painting my peacock.
Why? It's all painted. Oh, the face?
Yeah.
Well, you can just paint it over blue again, right? If you mess it up.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna finish this today.
Should you like use a pencil first?
Nah.
Okay, that's what's in section 1. In section 2, you get this is a third of a magazine called Vintage Fashions. I had enough to give everybody. I cut them up and give everybody a third, and the pictures in here are so fabulous. Like every page was fantastic. It's from 1991, and it's called Vintage Fashions. These were so fun. That's just a page from a vintage. Oh, I know. These were from a Vogue sewing book. So everybody, if you watched, I did a live stream about taking pages out of that book a couple weeks ago. These are from, she has a bunch of these like textbooks from when she was a fashion student. And there's that. This is a reproduction of a like a Sears type catalog, and some more pages. So that's the middle part. And then in this last part, you get, there's that piece of that vintage. I mean, not vintage. It probably is pretty vintage, but this is that page from that kind of laminated poster. She probably had hanging in her classroom. And there's that poster from the fashion show. And there's pages from these. Oh, this is like a folio. So it's a 2-page spread from whatever book this was. I can't remember, but I just thought these were really fun. So then there's some like, this was from a book about Victorian fashion. There's another folio, so it's got a pattern, and everybody gets at least one of these dudes. They're two. Most of everybody has 2 of them. They're hilarious. There's about a book about sewing men's fashions, but like from the 70s. And then you get a folio also from this one, which I really like the type font on here because it's like a typewriter. It's just a sewing book. I can't remember the name of. It's got a string, but I'm not going to pull it. And there's another, this is like a larger reproduction of a catalog. And there's another one. You got 2 pages from that one. This is from an art book about fashion sketches. And there's another one of those eco printed papers everybody got. And everybody gets a paper doll. So this one's got Carol Lombard in it. Everybody gets a paper doll. How fun is that? Hi, Margaret. Margaret says you got this, Adrian. So that's the paper part of this. And then I've got, you also get this, which has, you get the folder, I mean the envelope, and then it's got some vintage buttons. It's got, everybody gets a piece of lace trim. Everybody gets some of this green bobbly stuff. I don't know what you call this. I call it bobbly stuff. Everybody gets a piece of that, and then one other trim, which is different from I mean, there's a couple where there was enough for me to have where 2 of them have it, but everybody gets a different, their second trim is different. And then a piece of that peachy silk dress with the silver sequins, and a vintage silk tie. And this was like, everybody got something. She had this whole collection of like samples. Like this was a sample of doing darts. So everybody got something along the lines of this. This is the one that went in this kit. And then you get a couple pieces of fabric. So you get, everybody got a piece of this like Asian silky stuff, and this pretty silk. It's very delicate, like, I don't know, it's really pretty. And this, which I thought also looked very vintage, and probably is, looks very 60s to me, but not sure of the date of it. So that is this. Oh, and then everybody gets a pattern. So I got this whole set of these patterns from the very early 90s. I think they're from 1991. And so it has all of the pattern paper folded, still factory folded. So it's not cut or anything. And you get the envelope and the pattern. I think they're funny. So that's what you get in your fashion journal kit, which I'm selling on Friday on the hippie, the vintage hippie. You glad you don't know any guys that wear those clothes, Lucy? I'm pretty excited to see if people are interested in these. I am going to put them in my Etsy store if nobody buys them at the live stream, and I'm pretty sure they'll sell on Etsy, but I think it'll be fun to try selling them anyway. Okay, I'm going to work on my, what do I want to work on? Do I want to work on this? Nope, that's still drying. I don't want to work on that. I think I'm gonna sew my signatures in here. Did you bring me my scissors? Oh, I think I can reach them. Thank you, Lucy. I think that the box is super cool too. And I just realized that as soon as I like decided I wanted to find a box, they just came out of the woodwork. This was the best one that I found, but I found several other ones that would be like pretty good too. And I also realized what I would have done if I couldn't have found a box I liked was I would have used a cigar box, I think. And I think that would have been good as well. Lucy, do you make junk journals? I have collected so much stuff from the auction and the thrift stores that I have to start selling some of it just so that I can keep buying it, or else, yeah, there's not gonna be room for the people in my house. It is going to get bad. One. I'm going to do 5. 2. Ooh, that does not want to go through. I'm going to try to do that one better. Okay, 1, 2. 3, 4. Lucy says she's been making art journals for a really long time and thought she would give true junk journals a try. Cool. You know, I've never really thought of myself as an artist, and I'm having super lot of fun doing this and feeling like artistic. I'm really having fun with them. And the reason I'm doing kits is because I don't have time to like make multiples of something. Like I just do one and then I move on to the next thing, and I want to keep the one I made. And so but I also want to sell something, like, so I just thought, well, I could put together kits, in that way people could make their own, right? If they like it, they can make their own if they like mine. So that's why I made that writer. I made a writer box kit last, like, I think it was in April or May, and it sold out like within about a month. I made 10 of them and they all sold out. And that was a lot of fun. My favorite is to do these boxes where there's like multiple things in there and it tells a story. I'm definitely a storyteller by nature. So maybe like once I've held on to it for a little while, then I'll feel like, okay, I'm ready to sell it. But so far, I haven't really wanted to sell any of mine so far. So I just do the kits, and I really have fun putting the kits together, like a lot of fun. I like real junk journals though, like not, I like a junk journal, like a trashy junk journal way better than journal. Some people make journals and they're made out of from kits and they're very put together, like not kits like what I put together, but like printed kits, you know what I mean? Like branded kits, stuff that's designed to look vintage. And I like to have real vintage stuff in mine. I always keep my firstborn. Oh, that's super cool, Lucy. She says she's worked in a high school library and has been making books from recycled materials for a really long time. I guess they were a form of junk journaling, definitely. I wish I had even the 10th of Adrian's painting skills. Me too. I cannot paint or draw worth a darn either. Both of my daughters are like these hyper talented artists, and I don't know exactly where that came from, but I am not much of a like fine artist. Adrian's sister Ruby is not here today. She's sometimes on these lives with us. And she likes to draw. She won our whole county's. Did she tell you, Adrian, that her art teacher told her that a freshman has never won Best in Show before, ever in the whole history of that art contest? She won the Best in Show last year when she was a freshman. And this year she didn't. She won for her grade level, but not Best in Show. It went to a sculptor, and someone who made a sculpture, and I wondered if like they just didn't want to give Best in Show to the same kid 2 years in a row. But yeah, her Adrian and Ruby are both like very talented artists. Very talented artists. Yes, they are. Ruby made our logo. And Adrian does all of our graphic design other than that logo, I guess. Oh, that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. Lucy, she started with a thrift store painting and then she painted over it. So I think that those flowers were there and then you added some of the embellishments. Yeah. But she painted over the flowers and made them brighter. And then she painted the peacock on from scratch. All right. Signature number 1 in place. I think I might just let that sit in there. I haven't decided. I like how that lace like flops on there though. I think it's cute. If she tried to draw a peacock, it would look more like Cookie Monster. I would be lucky if mine looked like Cookie Monster. I'm not joking. Okay, number 2. I don't have clips, which is probably a mistake. I'm not gonna lie. Probably should go find some clips, but just gonna do it like this. I'm gonna wing it. She basically means it would be a huge blue blob. Yum. Oh my gosh. Oh, not go through. Okay. Made it. Katie, I still want to know what you're working on. Are you still working on your junk journal? Are you still here, Katie? I'm super worried that like nobody's going to come to our live sale. I guess they'll go to Rosita's channel. What do I have? I have a whole bunch of embroidered linens that I'm gonna put up. Some really cool books. And I have these. Lucy, maybe you will appreciate this, or you might already have a ton of them yourself if you're like that you saved from being a librarian. I would have tried to save them from being a librarian if I was one. But a bunch of library like what do you call them? No, they're not. They're what did you call them?
Overdue cards.
They're not overdue cards. They're library oh, you know the cards that go in the file with the hole on the bottom? Now I can't think of the word. You must be up with overdue cards. They're library Lucy, what are they called? Oh yeah. I know that it can be a struggle when you live outside of the US. You know what I'm talking about, Lucy? The catalog cards. Yeah. From the library catalog, you probably do have. I do want some. If you have them, you could send them to me. I love them. I have got my hands on a bunch of vintage ones and they're like typewritten. I want any of your old library stuff that you have. You know I'm a book person. Any kind of old library stuff you have, I would probably almost certainly be very happy and feel lucky to have. Oh, go in. There we go. There we go. And I have some old microfiche, and it's kind of funny because a lot of it is marked like government. Like it looks like if anybody was making a spy related journal, it would work really well because it looks like you have. I mean, I'm positive that whatever library these came from did not have government secrets in their microfiche, but that's what it looks like, and it's super cool. All right, where's my hole here? Right there. I can't see where I put my. God, my eyes suck. There it is. Come on. Yeah, I got a ton of microfiche from this. It's a art reuse center in Pittsburgh. But they're not really open. So you just tell them the stuff that you want, and then they do the shopping for you, and then you go pick it up. And my husband was going, so I was like, okay, I want 4 of these and 4 of that. And then what came was like, I'm not joking, like piles of these things, piles, thousands of these cards. So I'm definitely selling some. I could make a junk journal every day for the rest of my life and never use that many library catalog cards. So the microfiche is super cool. I also got a ton of microfiche, a ton. It is super, super neat. Super neat. Oh, one thing I'm going to put in my fiction or in my fashion journals that I haven't, that I haven't put in yet, but I'm going to is we were going through all this lady's stuff, and Adrian and I, and she's like, look at this. And it was like a binder, and it was full of these like fashion show slides, like 35 millimeter slides. They're so neat. So I'm going to include one of those in everybody's kit. Oh my God, come on. I can't get this to tighten up. Tighten up. Oh. No. I love this waxed thread, but it can be really hard to get to tighten up the way you want it. But once you tie a knot in this stuff, it does not go anywhere. Thanks. Thank you. Well, I'll make sure when we're done here that or when I'm done sewing the signature in, actually, I'll go add you to our, are you a writer, Lucy? Our Facebook group, just so you know, is for Ninja Writers, and Ninja Writers is a writing school, but I'm really excited to have you. And if you are a writer, you should come to our live stream. Our morning crew in the mornings is so cool. Hi, Denny. A junk journal kit is, like if you scroll back, you'll be able to see, I just finished going through what will be in this one, but it's like, it depends on who you're talking to, but for my kit, it's vintage papers and fabrics and stuff that you can use to put together a junk journal. So this is what I put together using that junk journal is this whole box of stuff. So there's like a sketchbook, and this is actually what I used to do this false bottom is just the back of a sketchbook. And you can get a sketchbook at the dollar store. And I just have a little file folder thingy with like pictures and stuff in it, and a fabric swatch book. So these are the things I made, and mine is Desperately Seeking Susan themed, because everything in there there's like a real kind of heavy 80s vibe going on, and that's what came to my mind. I still have some work to do in here. I'm sewing the signatures into the junk journal right now. Each kit is relatively unique because I took the pages mostly out of books and magazines, from vintage books and magazines. And so obviously I don't have a book full of all exactly the same page, but all the pages come from the same books. So like each kit has 4 pages from a vintage Vogue sewing magazine, and sewing book. And then everybody got like a page that had a pattern on it, and a page that had a picture on it, and a page that had sort of a chart on it. So they're relatively the same, but not exactly the same, because there would be no way for me to do that. Everybody gets like a piece, gets a poster from a fashion show that this woman who I got all this stuff from put on. And the posters are a little different, but everybody gets a full poster, and everybody gets a piece of a transparency, and it's a little different, but it's from the same set of transparencies. I hope that makes sense. I lost my thread. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I'm going to be selling them on on the 18th. Although I suppose if you guys thought you might want one, I could show them again to Jenny, and then, you can let me know, and I'll be happy to go ahead and sell you one. You'll need to send me maybe Adrian. Oh, you can't. I'll type in my my email in a minute, and you can send me your info to register. But I'm having a live sale on the Vintage Hippies website, or not website, but YouTube channel, on the 18th from 9 to 11 Eastern. And I'm going to be selling a bunch of stuff. I'm very excited. I'm going to have regular paper packs, this kit, some vintage cards, some books and magazines, some embroidered linens that are just all really fun for using in junk journals. Just stuff that I like using in junk journals. Oh, library catalog cards, microfiche. Oh my God. I've got that lace Mod Podged on here over the spine, and this all doesn't want to go through. Holy cow. And what else am I going to have? What else are we having on our sale? Oh, I made some little, I'm only selling one thing that I made, and that is, hold on and I'll show you. I'm getting my workout with this all. It does not want to go through all these layers of lace and Mod Podge. It's not the paper, it's the Mod Podge. Holy cow. Okay. Whew. So the only thing I think I'm going to sell that I made are these. I love making these, and I swear to God, if I don't sell them, my house I'm going to be swimming in these little paper clips. But I love making these little beaded paper clips. So this would be like one little set of them. Isn't that cute? Like, ooh, that one is twisted. So they're just little beads that are wired onto paper clips. I'm not doing a very good job of this. So it's like a little boho set. Isn't that cute? And you can put them on your journals. Jenny, I would love that. I would love for you to come, because I'm a little afraid that nobody is going to come. So look for are you on my email list, Jenny? Is that how you got here? Yeah, those are super cute. I'm going to put, those are for my sale. I got them all ready. And I have these little cards that I'm going to sell in there. I got these 6 sets of these little why am I having a hard time actually getting in camera here? These little vintage kids card sets. So they're, I put 1 card from each one in here. So there's, look at those little pixies. How cute is that? Can you see that? That's not showing up. Oh my God, I'm really struggling to get this in the frame. And it's not focusing. But anyway, that's little pixies, and there's, oh, this one cracks me up because his name is Greasy Grimes. And that's from a set of author cards. This one is James Fenimore Cooper, who wrote The Last of the Mohicans. And there's Funny Bunny and the number 11. So everybody, you know, those, I have several, I think I have 10 sets of those that will be in my sale. If you like doing junk journals, those are really fun to use as little tuck-ins. Hi, Willow. Yeah, her painting is coming along. Look at her face on her peacock. She's just painting that today, and it looks so good. Yeah. Does it need like a sparkle in its eye?
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing? The little head thingy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing that's, those are, and then I also have a bunch of playing cards. I have microfiche cards, which are super cool because they're like government, like they look like government secrets. I don't know what the heck they are. And oh, I didn't mean to tie a knot in that. And I have library catalog cards, which I put together in packs of 25 for you guys. And I don't know, what would you like to see at the, you know, if there's something that you would like to see, I'm telling you, chances are pretty good I have it, because no joke, I have a lot of junk journal stuff. I need to sell it, guys. No kidding. I'm going to do this one with Rosita and Denise at the Hippie Vintage Hippie. And then I'm really going to try just doing it here and be brave. So I'm really nervous of doing one here and not having anybody actually show up for it. That scares me a little bit, I won't lie. But we have 8 people here right now. We're doing pretty good today. Yeah, I think she thinks she's gonna finish her painting today, like right now, pretty soon here. Ooh, that peacock face looks super realistic. Good job. You gonna hang that up in your bedroom?
Maybe somewhere in my house. I'm trying to decide. I think that the body is too fat. I might put some actual peacock feathers.
Oh, I don't think you should. Well,
You don't think I should?
or maybe some more flowers if you wanted more flowers. But I think if you do peacock feathers, it's not gonna make the flowers look like his peacock
Yeah.
feathers anymore. Do you think you could draw more of those flowers from scratch?
Yeah.
I'm struggling. This is why you're supposed to pin this together. It's not staying together the way it's supposed to, and I'm not getting this in. It's like going in at an angle. Come on. Can't see what I'm doing. Go in, go in, go in. Yay. Oh, it's not hurting me. Oh no, my I need to be able to, can I plug in my
Yeah.
oh great. Now I lost, oh there it is. Are you charged enough?
Yes.
Oh, well maybe we can both.
No, I'm charged.
Okay. Kevin's guys here. Okay. I'm sorry, I had to plug in my thingy. Oh yeah, let me go find that link for the vintage hippie. Hold on. Am I still, can you still see me? Oh, you can't. You can't see it all.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you the link to the vintage hippie so that you can go follow them so that you'll be notified when they have their sale on the 18th, which is next Friday. There it is. That's the link to the vintage hippie. That's not a very pretty link, but there it is anyway. And if you go follow them, then you will be notified when my sale happens. And I would love to hear, like, if there's stuff that you are interested in. I might. I made a journal that I really was happy with that is inside of like a vintage first aid kit, and it's like a spy journal. I think I need to put some of that microfiche in there in my spy journal. But I think I might try, but I think at these live, or putting that one in that live sale. But I think for these live sales, mostly people like to get like do stuff they can use for making their own stuff and not necessarily buying stuff that's already made. So I don't know. I haven't decided. Come on, baby. Why don't you go in there? Nope, that's not right. All right, we can just make another hole. Why not? Now I gotta tighten all these up. All right, that's good. Willow's been itching to paint, but she's so busy with work. How do you find the time? She just mostly, we started doing this so that she could have time to paint because she hasn't had time in a long time and it was bugging her. That's one big reason why we even started doing these Sunday things. So she mostly just paints on Sunday. You should paint with us on Sundays, Willow. Just like use this time for doing your own painting. I personally think the 10 minutes rule counts for everything. So not just writing, just don't feel like you need to, oh no, I lost my thread. Set up.
Join our 10-minute calls in the morning and paint.
Oh yeah. Every morning at 10 a.m. we do a 10-minute call. I feel like getting your paints all out for 10 minutes, that probably, like, how do you combat that, Adrian?
I probably wouldn't do it.
So what?
I probably would keep painting and make sure that it's a time where I can keep painting. But
What? Oh, do you need you want my needle?
Yeah.
I do my stuff, my junk journal stuff at night, like while I'm watching YouTube or TV. Okay, my little label came off, so I'm gonna have to re-sew that back on. Do I have any regular thread? I went and watched. Has anybody seen A Quiet Place 2? So no, I just sewed, this is my whole junk journal and it has 3 signatures in it, Denny. So I just sewed all 3 in. I had already, that's not what I want to use. I had already created the signatures. So now I just sewed them in. I'll show them to you. Hold on one second. So this is the journal. Ooh, what is that? Okay, so this is the journal and it has, the first signature is actually a folder. And I think I'm going to sew this in here. So this signature is actually going to have a signature of its own. So it's got this flippy thing with a pocket and a pocket there and a pocket there. And it has this page from this is a book about anatomy. Oh, let me get rid of that so you can see. This is a book about anatomy for artists, and I just took a page from it because it had the Mona Lisa and I liked it. And this is a picture of the Mona Lisa with instructions to pay attention to her head and neck. And so I just put that in there. But then I really liked the inside. Normally I would have glued or stapled or something to make this into a pocket. But I really wanted it to flip down because I like this guy in here. So if I do this, I'm actually going to lose that guy in there. So we'll see if I'm going to do that or not. And then it has a belly band here, so I can slip something, you know, I can slip something under there. And these are pockets, and this opens up all the way this way. So these are pocket, you know, little tabs here. And nothing there. That I might end up still putting some sort of a, you know, a pocket or something there, but there's not anything right now. And then there's 2 paper signatures. And these are the pages that are in the junk journal kit, in the fashion journal kit. I made this eco printed paper. You know, there's one half of my folio from that doing creating or sewing for men book. I got that dapper dude. And then I put a couple of things that I had otherwise. I like putting these little slices of paper in here, these like little bits that I maybe cut off the bottom, because I can staple that or glue it to a larger piece and add a page to my junk journal if I want to. And then there's just the second signature that's very similar to the first one with pages from similar books. These are tea dyed pages, and all you do is really make some tea and dunk your pages in them and let them dry. And they come out real kind of vintage and crispy and fun. I love it. I'm a little addicted to making papers recently. And then I just put a little belly band in the back. And that's it. So that's the junk journal that I made from my kit. I think I am going to sew that in. Well, I could sew it in there instead, but it doesn't close as well. It really belongs right there. And I made this from the poster that everybody gets in the kit. Lucy says Willow says she has a campground, and by every time everyone leaves on Sunday, I'm wiped out. But maybe this coming Sunday, I will give it a try. Try having when you have time, just to deciding what you're going to paint and gathering the material so that when Sunday comes, you don't have the task of getting everything together, which can be. Adrian is just painting over a thrift store painting. So no, these are my journaling pages, these 2 signatures here. And what I will do is, what I will do if to use this for myself is I will either just write in the white spaces, or I will use, let me see if I can show you an example. So I might take something like this. So like a piece of ephemera. This is a card from a vintage sewing, magazine that fits in my theme. And then I might, sew this in here or glue it in or here, like I really like using this super wide masking tape. Is one of my favorite materials. I think, especially in a book, I like books that look like they belong to someone and they just put it together like organically, not necessarily that they went out and bought a kit at Michael's and, you know, like I want it to look like this is their life. And so I like things like masking tape and really real vintage things a lot. So, and I like this masking tape because it's sheerish. So like, I don't know if you can see that, but I can still see the bottom of that. Anyway, I like it. It's kind of grungy and industrial-ish looking. It works for me and my aesthetic.
She's done.
Pardon? Oh, she is. Look, wait, look. Wait, bring it closer. But she's going to bring hers over there so you guys can see she finished her. She's been working on that peacock for a month. So see, Willow, just a little bit at a time. And it took her a long time, but she finished. Hi.
Flip the camera around. That'll be easier.
Yeah. How fun. There. What's her name? Penelope.
I don't know.
Penelope Peacock. Where's Adrian or Ruby when we need her? See, now I've added a pocket to this dunny, and I can, and now I can put a journaling card in here. So, isn't that cute? Look at her little peacock. Yeah. But you know what she did, Willow, is she just painted over, like updated a thrift store painting. So she didn't make it from scratch. And I totally think that you could do something like that when you don't have a lot of time. But she did paint the peacock, but the flowers were part of the painting. And she just painted over them, like colored them in brighter. What happened?
Trying to get my camera.
You left our stream.
Oh, sorry, I'll be back.
She'll be right back. So I'm actually brought down my stuff to make a journaling card to show you what I like to do. I have a particular kind of journaling card that I really like. Oh, this is my thing, but my little tag came off, so I need to sew it back on. I'm not much of a sewer, to be totally honest. But I can do that later. It's hot in here. Is it hot in here to you? Hold on, look. Jenny, I'm going to show you how. Okay, so this is my collection of photographs. I just made a, oh, look how cute this is. I stuck this in here so I wouldn't lose it. It's a Kate Greenaway little tiny book almanac. Look when it's from. 1881, 83. Yeah, it is so tiny and adorable. Like, oh, I can't get you guys. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time getting this in the frame, but look how cute it is. And it's got these little pictures. Like there's January, and it's like the weirdest calendar. It just says January, and then it says 1 Monday, 2 Tuesday, 3 Wednesday. It's just a calendar like that. Isn't that cute? Little teensy weensy drawings. I stuck it in there for safekeeping. So anyway, what I did was I went on Pinterest, and I know I always say that wrong, and Adrian laughs at me, but I just made a pin board of pictures that I really liked, and then I sent them all over to be printed at Walmart. And I'm not, I wouldn't put any of these in. Like, I love this picture. I love like older women who are having fun. It makes me super happy. So there's another one. So one that would fit in my journal here. So what I did is I just had them all printed, and since I'm not going to sell them or anything, I feel fine about it. They're not, I don't own the copyright to them, but it's just for my personal use. So it's just using them like a physical pin board. So how I like to make journal cards sometimes is to take one of these and then I just glue paper to the back that I can write on. So what do I have for paper? So like I'll just take a piece of paper. This is multimedia paper. My favorite glue for this is this Eileen's glue. I have a new bottle. And I just glue it. Come on, baby. Oh, why aren't you coming out? I don't think I opened that enough.
Fill up maybe the corner with some of this more.
Glue is, it's a brand new bottle. It's not coming out. Like too thick. Huh. Oh, Mo. Glue does not want to come out of here. Okay, I gotta be smarter than my glue bottle. It's not working. This glue is like super thick. It doesn't want to come out of the, it's like dried out or something. It's happening. Well, I'm gonna have to see what's going on with that because that's clearly not gonna work. So I will just use my silicone glue, which is, I think it's fantastic. Oh, what do you think?
I feel like this section down here is a little
Bare.
bare, so I'm gonna add more of these pieces there. I think I want to go into the over that. No, I had to go to the bathroom.
Okay. So I just glue paper onto here and then I stick it in my journal in those little pockets. And they are my journaling cards. So that's how I do actual journaling. And then sometimes I also just glue like ephemera from my day or staple. I like staples a lot. They're a lot easier. I'll just staple receipts or tickets or whatever from just my day, my life into them on those pages. Bye, Lee. It was good to see you. Oh, Denny, that would be awesome. I am always looking for anything cool and paperish. So literally anything. Vintage magazines, books with cool images, pictures, any kind of ephemera. Hey, cat, get down. Get down. Ollie, get down. My cat's trying to get into that painting. Get down. Get. Ollie. You want your sister to come in here and kill you. She will make a cat hat out of you. Get down. Ollie. That's why you're not allowed anywhere. Yes. Right now, I really, really, really want ledgers. If you ever come across any old ledgers that are not like outrageously expensive, you should totally shoot me an email, shantagrimes@gmail.com, and I will let you know if I want it, and then I will PayPal you the money to buy it for me, ship it to me, because I have a hard time finding them and I love them. I'm a storyteller. I really love anything that things that tell a story. Okay, so now I've got my journal card. I can write on the back of that, and I can stick it in my little journal where I put that pocket. Ollie, get your little cat butt down. Get down. Adrian, you better get back in here. Your cat is gonna get your paints. See, then I can stick that in there and write on it, and I could fit several in there, right? So, and so now this is like the base of the journal, and then there's more. I think I am gonna sew that in there. There's more things that I will do with this, like you know, as I find stuff. So like I found this. This is so cool. So it's like a school poster of some sort. Follow these directions. Place the. Oh, it's a. You know what this is? This is a. It's from 1963, so it's got a date on it, and it's a paper that you can use. It's got directions for using this paper to wrap a school book in to protect the cover. That's what this is. But whoever owned this wrote a note to his mom on the back. Reset the clock for 10 a.m. Leave me some money for the show and something to eat. Your son. And then there's this little drawing of a girl on the back. And I thought, well, that little drawing of a girl is perfect for my junk journal. So, so I'm going to use that. Like I set that aside as something to use in there. So I just keep my eye out for all kinds of cool stuff. And I, when it feels right, I put it in my junk journal. And it feels like a mix between, like, I don't even think I need to use all on that one, like art and writing. It's a good mix for me. And storytelling for sure. What in the world? That is unnecessary. Yeah. Are you going with something else? I think you're done. I think if you add more stuff, you're going to be sorry that you did. It is 10.
I'm just gonna be done for today.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, I keep tying a knot in there and I don't need to.
Huh?
I keep tying a knot in this string and I don't need to. Say it again. You're just going to go home?
We're probably gonna be done here in the next half hour.
About a half an hour, yeah. You going to go home?
Start something and then.
Well, then you'll have something started for next time. If we can get that. If you wanted to start doing junk journals, Denny, do you have do you live in the U.S., Denny? Are you American? If you live in the U.S., the Dollar Tree has a lot of really good materials for like almost nothing, $1, right? There, last couple weeks, there's been like a challenge going on where I actually started it because I was I challenged myself to see what I could make from one trip to Goodwill and one trip to the Dollar Tree. And then Rosemary Morris added a price to it and like a price limit because I didn't have one. And then it just like took off because she's awesome. And so if you just go to the Dollar Tree and look, you can find so many things. They have books. They have. I also really love going to thrift stores. If you have an auction near you, that can be a really good resource. That's my favorite. I'm like, we have fun at the auction. And I have found some super cool stuff at the auction. I should have sewn this in before I sewed the whole signature in. Oh my goodness. Hold on a sec. Okay. All right. I can do this. I can do this. Don't go through.
That is not gonna be a comfortable bed for you.
What is he doing?
There's like a pile of plastic bags over here, and she thinks that she can lay on him like a bed.
Crazy little dog.
Do you need a pillow? Is that what you're looking for?
She tired? Are you tired, Mosey? Let me get this signature sewn in here, and then I really hope I'm not sewing this in upside down. Come on, tighten up. Okay. Mo, there's your pillow. There's your pillow. Is that my couch pillow? Adrian. Okay. Oh my God, I think I did just sew that in. No, I did not. Okay, that's how I wanted it to be. Okay, so that's my junk journal base. I've just moved and went to your first thrift store today. Cool. Even my little bitty town in Pennsylvania has thrift stores. It's so interesting to me. Don't you think this is interesting, Adrian, that like the stuff they have at the thrift stores here is so different than what they had in Reno?
It is more antique and less vintage. Like I feel like
Yeah.
vintage and antique are two different things.
They are. But yeah, more like Victorian than say mid-century or 70s. A lot of mid-century and 70s in the West Coast, and then more like 20s and 30s and 40s here. I'm gonna fix this because it's bugging me. I swear I have not moved a single muscle, and I've already lost the thread that I pulled out for this. So I'm gonna pull out more thread. That's annoying. What the heck happened to that thread I pulled out? I put it on the floor. Hi, Linda. A junk journal is a journal that's made up of, I guess, traditional would be actual junk. I've made them out of like wrappers and packaging and stuff, like trash. I have a really cool one that I love where I keep track of all the auctions, like stuff I buy at the auctions and stuff that I made out of the packaging from, I could go, hold on. Hold, please. I could go get it and show it to you. I love that one. And I made it out of the, you know, that brown paper that comes when you get an Amazon package. I made it out of that. Oh, you know what? I have a needle in my little swatch thingy that I made. A smaller needle that will be better for this. So it's just a journal that's what I'm working on now. I'll show it to you in just a second. I just need to repair my closure. A journal that's made out of pieces of other things. So often book pages, magazine pages. Sometimes it's still called a junk journal if it's made out of like scrapbook paper, but that's not my favorite. Although lots of people like it, and there's nothing really wrong with it. They're really pretty, but they are usually literally made out of junk. I mean, I wouldn't say usually, but that's my definition of a junk journal, and it's my favorite definition of a junk journal. It's my favorite way to do them. I like actual vintage or actual junk in my junk journals. I'm just going to repair this super quick, and then I will go get that one I was just telling you about. Because it's an actual junk journal. It's so funny. I go to these auctions every Tuesday. I go to the auction, and often, like, I'm the only one who Yeah, I write in them, or I write on journal cards that I tuck into them. So I make pockets and stuff. The one that I'm going to show you has lots of pockets and stuff because, well, and then I made like there's pockets. You can make pockets or like, what's called a belly band, which is, like a band, like I'll show you a belly band right now. Oh, hold on. So a belly band, this is a belly band, like this. I don't know why it's called a belly band and Adrian hates it, but it is called a belly band. And then you can stick like a journaling card in there, and it'll kind of stay. I don't know. That one's kind of small for it, but like I could stick, say, this in here and it would be like a tuck spot, right? That one's too big. The other one is too small. That one is, but you get the idea. It's a band that you can stick stuff into. And you should run upstairs and get me my auction journal. It's on my nightstand. I know, but you know which one I'm talking about? The one I took to Philadelphia and was writing in? And it's like brown. But I like to write in mine. Obviously, I'm a writer and I like to write on anything. Oh, yeah. I'm not a great sewer though, obviously, because I can't make this work. I don't know what's happening here. What is going on? What did I do? How did I manage that? Oh, yeah. I got a knot right where I didn't want one. I've got too long of a string. I'm not handling it well, you all. I am not handling it well. Why can I not do this? Okay, there we go. There we go. So this is a vintage men's tie. I actually got a whole box full of them at the auction for $3, and I didn't know what they were. I wanted the box. It was like a Victorian hat box, and that's what I wanted, and I expected to throw the ties away, but when I went and looked at them, they were all like these gorgeous, like this was a Christian Dior silk man silk tie. And they were all like that cool, and I was like, okay then. So I got all of these beautiful silk ties plus a Victorian hat box for $3 at the auction. And I put a tie into each of the kits. So you can use them for closures. Ties, men's ties are like my favorite way to close up a journal. One of my favorite ways. So one of my favorite ways to do a closure is just to take something. This is a piece of trim, and glue it on both sides so that there's like a little strap. I don't know what you'd call that, strap thingy. And then sometimes I just tie it. And this time what I did was this has the label for the tie on there, and I just tucked that end under there. There it is. Thank you. I just tucked that end inside, and then it made this like pretty crisscross thingy. Thank you. Crisscross thingy. And then this is from a piano roll. I actually bought this at a live sale. I've seen people do that too. I'm not, as you just saw, I'm not the best sewer. Yeah. I actually cut the skinny end off and that's what I used here. But this is this was like the end of a piano roll that I got from a live sale here on YouTube. And it had this, I don't know, grommet thingy, eyelet. I don't know what you call that, but I just put some elastic through there and sewed a button on that. And that's the other closure. I didn't want to put this in the middle because I didn't want to cover up her face. So that's why I have 2 closures on this one. Oh, but Adrian went and found me my, see, now I can stick that back in my Swatch pot thingy. That's fun. Adrian went and found me my other. So this is a real junk journal, like an actual, like it's mostly all junk. It is, the cover is made out of a piece of, oh, so most of this is made out of, this is YouTube, or how I keep saying YouTube, Amazon packaging paper. And I just kind of tore it into the sizes that I wanted. And then I used a little bit of acrylic paint. And I painted the acrylic paint on a piece of the box that the packaging came in, and just like stamped it kind of. So that's how I got these lines. It looks like I used gesso and gold and like a pickle-y kind of green color. These were like a cap that I just like stamped. There's a couple of magazines. There's some magazine pages in here. That's like a leftover, I don't remember what that was, but I liked it. This is a postcard that I got when I was in Mexico with my family. Little bits from when I'm going through magazines and books. I cut out pictures. I have a file box that's just full of them, and then I just picked some that I liked. There's a postcard, another postcard. That's a scrap of fabric I used as a little corner top. So this is a junk journal. This is I don't remember where I got that, but I just glued it, or maybe Mod Podged it onto the front to make the cover more sturdy. These are the numbers that we get at the auction. And I always go through, we get there, or you can get there a couple hours early and look at everything they have. And I write down all the stuff I want. I don't get nearly all of it clearly, or I would be in a hoarder house, but I write it all down. It's my fun time, you guys. I window shop, I write it down, then I write down how much I'm willing to bid on it, so that I don't, what happens if I don't do that is either I scare myself and I don't bid as much as I wish I had later, or I overbid, right? Like I get too excited and I end up paying more than I meant to. So I have, each little spread has 2, I just started this one, has 2, like a, either like a band or a thing. So I can keep, like I made journaling cards, and I can write down the things that I bought and just notes about my thrift shopping experience, because I really enjoy it a lot, auctions and thrift shopping. This was, I made a actual little notebook because Adrian and I went to Philadelphia, spent the whole week shopping. So I needed lots of journaling space for that one. So I made a little notebook just out of, I really love this. I got it just on Amazon, and it wasn't very expensive. It's calligraphy paper, but it's got this really nice, like cottony feel to it. Yes, Linda. Linda said auctions help us reel it in and score some, lose some. Definitely. So I just stick my auction cards in there. And that's my junk journal. This is my auction one. But I just, yeah. This is an actual junk journal. I think there's 4 or 5. There's 4 or 5 signatures here, which I did because it will be really easy. They're not very big signatures. I think there's only 4 pages on each. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's only 4 pages in each one, but if this gets too fat, which it very well might, it'll be really easy to remove a whole signature, and I can reuse it for something else. And then back here on the back cover, I have, I made a little folder like a flip out. Oh, I know what this was. This was from, I really love this YouTube. This is the front cover was this too. This YouTube channel called Bohemian Crafting. And I'm a Patreon patron of hers because when you do that, you get all of her digital kits. So I did print out some of hers. They're so pretty. I just absolutely love them. But lots of hers are just, where she has just scanned in vintage things and then you can print them out and use them as often as you want. So that's what this cover is here, and these pages here that I made this little flippy thingy. That's some of our receipts and stuff from our trip to Philadelphia. And then there's a little, this is just a little notebook I made here. And it tucks right in there. I made a little folder. And then this closes. I just sewed this piece of baker's twine through there and I just tie it in a bow. Pretty easy. And then the spine of this is a piece of this canvas that I made. I rusted, but it didn't take. The rust did not take on that, so I used it as the spine of this book. And that's that. And I sewed in a bunch of little thingamajiggers. That's that one. I'm getting kind of tired. How about you, Adrian?
I think I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done too. Well, I hope to see you guys again next Sunday. It was very exciting that we had people here. Katie and I, it's often us and Katie. So it was really cool to have other people here today. Thank you for coming. We'll see you next Sunday night. And if you're a writer, you should totally come at 10 a.m. tomorrow for our 10-minute live stream. Writing sprint. It's just 10 minutes and you will be shocked at how much you can get done in 10 minutes a day. Our little morning crew is amazing. And it would be super awesome if you would give this video a thumbs up and come to my live sale so that I'm not all alone and lonely at it. That will be Friday at I can leave the it's at the Vintage Hippie on YouTube. That's the link again. And I will be there Friday from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern. Oh, Denny, you should totally come to the live sprints. And, we have a Facebook group for Ninja Writers if you're a writer, and you should totally come to the club. Are we going to be here next week? We're not going to be here next week because we're doing a live retreat. A virtual writing retreat that if you're in the Ninja Writers Club is free. So you should totally join the club and come to the retreat. You can join the club for free for 2 weeks, which would include the retreat at ninjawriters.org. Join the Ninja Writers Club. It's free for the first 2 weeks, and then you'll be able to come to our retreat and write and meet us. We have some cool guest speakers. My literary agent will be there to talk to us. And who else? We have just several people that are coming that are going to be a lot of fun. And anyway, Ninja Writers is the best writing community ever. And I think you would really enjoy it. It's fun too, Katie said.
You know what we should do next Sunday is we should do a live creative time, like on Zoom. Like do this on Zoom during the retreat.
I don't know if people will like that.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it will be the very last end bit of the retreat. We could just do it start it at 9, but that's late.
It minutes. What do you think about it?
We'll see. But we generally do this every Sunday night, but we are going to be doing our our writing retreat next week. So I would love to have any of you join us there. It was really fun. It was good to meet you, Denny. I'm glad that you were here and that you found us. Bye, Margaret. Bye, Linda. Bye, Katie Michelson. I will see you all later.